celebrating 1 year of sobriety tomorrow. I have been sober from all substances for a year. And I know you watch my videos, but I don't think you know the full story. And as much as it scares me to talking about an addiction, and I feel like people could judge me, I think it will help you understand better, and it might be able to save someone else, because we do recover. So let me just tell you. So I have had both hips, both shoulders, and both knees replaced, and it was horrifically painful. I hid from the world, and I was in nursing home after nursing home getting all of these surgeries, and there were numerous times they told me quite clearly, we don't think you're ever gonna walk again. But I did not take that. I did not believe that. I pushed myself, and I walk maybe a little weird, but for the most part absolutely fine, because I didn't believe them. But what happened that led to my addiction is having all your joints replaced is insanely painful. It was excruciating. It was going in, cutting out all of the dead necrotic bone from the vascular necrosis, scraping it all out, and doing a total shoulder replacement, like from there to there. And the same thing on my hips, and the same on my knees. I didn't want anyone to see me in a wheelchair. I didn't want to be a victim of circumstance. I want to be a survivor. So they put me on every pain medication under the sun, and I was on all of them. And I was miserable. I was still suffering. I didn't have quality of life. I would wake up and I would have to take a medication to feel normal, not take a medication to get out of pain. And that's what they don't tell you. They prescribe the medications, and it doesn't come with a warning that if you stop taking these meds, you are gonna feel like absolute hell. You are gonna be suffering more than you've ever suffered in your life going through opiate withdrawal. Even if you didn't like taking the pain med, even if you didn't want the pain medication, just the fact that you have been on it builds a dependency, and then you don't want to feel horrific withdrawals, so you keep taking it. And I got to a point where I didn't feel like that was the right thing for my life, even though I was in so much pain. And so they detoxed me off everything in the hospital, and it was so brutal. And since that point, I haven't taken narcotic pain medications, but this is what got me. So I have a lot of serious diseases that put me in the hospital all the time. And when they put me in the hospital, they treated me with some other substance that wasn't narcotic. And they told me that this substance was so much better for you. It was safer. It wasn't addictive. And so I went with it. I went with anything that would make it so I didn't have to stay on pain meds anymore, because I was suicidal from the pain. I couldn't take the pain anymore, but I didn't want to backslide and have to be on a bunch of pain meds again. So I always got this substance when I was in the hospital. And when I got out, I wanted to be able to function. I wanted to have some quality of life. I wanted to be able to just take a shower and change my clothes and feel normal. And so I started procuring for myself that substance that they had told me was so much better for you. I thought, well, this is completely the lesser evil. Taking the substance, and the substance was ketamine, was the answer. I started replicating what the hospitals did outside of the hospitals, so that I wasn't hospitalized all the time, and so that I could have quality of life. And it did dull the pain, emotional and physical, but it got to a point where it was a problem, and I had an addiction. Financially and with my credit, it destroyed me, but it was destroying my life quality and my ability to do things the way that I normally would. So I kept taking the substance, and it got to the point that I couldn't stop. And it was a very expensive habit. I had an experience where I had to have a spinal tap because I had hurt my nose so much that it was putting pressure on my brain. And you would think that that's insane. You would never do that substance again after that experience, and somehow I did. And I came to recovery because I was in the psych ward wanting to die because of bullying, because of the pain, because of being sick all the time. And I had somebody come in, and it was an AA meeting, and it was 2 people, and it was just me and this other patient that was just drooling. And the meeting like changed my life and my perspective. And the woman gave me her number, and as soon as I got out of the hospital, I called her and I went to a meeting. And since the day that I went to a meeting, I have been absolutely sober. It was like a miracle. It was a miracle what AA has given me. The support system, the way that it makes you a better person by having you live a better life and to live by morals where you're accountable for things. And I am so much happier. I'm so much more together. I have taken back control of my life. And I just want to say to anybody that takes pain medication or has suffered with addiction, it doesn't always look like you're partying and going out and trashing your body. Sometimes it looks like I just don't want to be in horrific suffering. I just want to have 1 second where I'm not in pain. And people need to reframe their brains when it comes to what addiction is, because we do recover. I love you guys.